everybody. I wanted to share with you a thought about Chanukah. Everybody knows the famous debate between Beis Hillel and Beis Shammai. Beis Shammai says we start with 8 candles, end up with 1. Beis Hillel says we start with 1 candle, we end up with 8. We follow Beis Hillel because Ma'alim Bakodesh Ve'in Moridin. You should always go upwards in sanctity. Each day should be a little holier, a little better, a little higher than the next. What exactly was Beis Shammai thinking? So the Beis Halevi suggests, or Soloveitchik, that Beis Shammai wasn't debating the topic of Ma'alim Bakodesh Ve'in Moridin. He was simply debating sort of the nature of Ma'alim Bakodesh Ve'in Moridin. We normally think of this topic in terms of, an object that was holy, and one shouldn't then use it for a mundane purpose, right? You don't take, a bris milah knife, aside from the technical issues involved, and use it to cut paper. You don't take an Aron Kodesh and use it as a clothes cupboard. But Beis Shammai is basically saying, why is 1 candle any less holy than 8? In fact, when you really stop to think about it, Beis Shammai's idea is one of the essential pinnacles of Chanukah. The Lubavitcher Rebbe in the Sichot in Parsha Korach quotes the Orayta Kadosh and says that there will come a time when Mashiach comes, when redemption is near, when we will actually follow Beis Shammai. What was Beis Shammai basically saying? Part of the miracle of Chanukah, what we say in Al Nisim, is that Hashem gave over Rabim Biyad Me'atim. That just because the Greeks were many didn't make them better, right? The individual has a certain power to him. If you think about it, Beis Hillel ends with 8 candles, Beis Shammai ends with 1. Beis Shammai is basically saying that 1 candle can be just as holy as a multitude. 1 individual can make a difference. Interestingly, when you look at the rise of the state of Israel, the return to Eretz Israel, and the incredible times that we're living in, we have seen the power of 1 individual to completely change the destiny of the Jewish people. Theodor Herzl, they must have thought he was a madman. And yet here we are today, in the state of Israel, thriving, startup nation, something to think about, sort of the individual candle and the nature of what Chanukah is about as we continue to celebrate Chanukah. Wishing you a Chag Urim Sameach, wishing you a Shabbat Shalom, and hope to see you back here to visit us soon. Shabbat Shalom and Chanukah Sameach.